What's up, gamers? How the heck are you? Welcome to another grounded video. I'm Epic Pins, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to take down the brand new Wasp Queen with ease. No problem at all. I figured it out about a quarter of the way through my fight and I was like, whoa, this makes this fight so easy. Now if you want to just skip right to the fight, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to timestamp it in the on the thing below, so you can skip right to it if you want to. But before that, I'm going to break down what I'm using and why I'm choosing to use it, and hopefully we can get through that pretty quickly. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's get to it. All right, guys, let's break down what I brought and why real quick. So obviously I brought the Black Ox crossbow because it's my hardest hitting bow, so that makes the most sense in my opinion, duh. But do be careful to make sure you're watching for the rough reload, because if you're hitting your shots too fast, you will do less damage. So make sure, I don't always do that, sometimes I panic fire, so just make sure you're watching it and you're timing your shots properly for that one. Had Thor's pendant on there, but it is not necessary. I just had it on me, so I threw it on. I think there's probably some better trinkets you can bring, but Thor's pendant's not that bad. Went with a poison style build, so I have the Mask of the Mother Demon along with the Widow Spaulders and the Widow leggings, because the Widow Spaulders and the Widow's leggings will give you extra poison damage, and the Mask of the Mother Demon will coat all of your weapons in poison. So I wanted to mix those all together, giving me a nice little poison boost. Though I don't know that it did a ton of extra damage, but I saw it taking plenty, because now that we have that ability to see damage on enemies, I saw it taking plenty, so that's wonderful. I just wanted that extra little help, and it seemed to help pretty well, because it also coats your arrows as well, so each one of those has a chance to inflict poison damage, and that's really nice. I also use the Salt Morningstar. I had my Club of the Mother Demon with me that's salted, but I decided to go with the Morningstar because I wanted faster attacks to happen, and the Club of the Mother Demon was just hitting kind of slow for me, and it just wasn't working in the first two attempts, and I just decided to switch, and I ended up doing it with the Salt Morningstar. Though I do think if you have any other salted weapon, it'll probably work just as well, so keep that in mind. And in terms of juice or smoothies or food, with the smoothies that I brought with me were obviously the Waltz Antidote, because it does takes away the poison effects, and that's wonderful, so have those with you. I had Beefy. I'm actually out because I used them, but I had Beefy, and it worked really well. But I also brought some bandages just because I have that, but Hill Bosses are probably better. I just didn't have any with me, so, but it ended up working out anyway, so I would probably go Hill Bosses next time. As for my mutations loadout, I do feel like mutations are really left to, you know, what people are feeling in the moment. So I usually run Coup de Grace just because I like critical hit chance. I know a lot of people hate on it, but I actually like it. I think it does a good amount of damage. I see it proc more often, and especially if you're using bows, you actually have a higher chance for it to proc. So I love the fact that critical chance is there. So I always use it. And critical hits will stop an attack from happening. So if you have an attack coming at you or something that you may not be ready for, and you hit it with a nice one, and then a critical hit happens, though it is left up to a chance, keep that in mind. If it does happen, it will stop that attack, and that's really cool. Meat Shield, because why not have the extra health? It's nice. Though, if you don't feel like you need this, you can always throw something else on, maybe Sharpshooter or something like that for a little extra help. I also ran the poison resistance here just because they have poison, so to me it looks the same as Spider, though I don't know if that's confirmed yet. So I put this on just to give me that little extra poison resistance, because once again, why not? I couldn't think of anything else I needed. And then I do Trapper Peeper because if I'm already going to do critical hits, I want the most amount of damage to come out of those critical hits. And then I threw on this new one, Sour Sensation. You get this one by eating sour candy. If you're in the public test server, that's how you do it. You just need to eat 10 to get all 3. It doesn't a damage reflect back, so I was like, why not try this out? So anytime she hit me, hopefully she was hit with some of her own damage. I think I did see this one pop up quite a bit. So that's really nice, and you get a little extra damage as well. So, all right, that's what I used. All right, guys, so here is the big fight, the massive fight. This fight is actually can be pretty difficult until you discover this one thing. So, but you do have to be able to like think on your feet too, so you have to be able to move. So the thing that I didn't realize until like maybe a quarter through this fight is that this little thing in the center that I'm currently standing behind, a lot of her attacks will hit this thing. So if that's all you're here for, you don't need to watch the rest of the fight. Stand behind that thing. All right, but if I can give you any other tips, hang out with me and listen. So the thing that I'm trying to do the most right now is just to get as many salt arrows into her as I can, because salt arrows do a ton of damage. I didn't bring enough with me, and you'll see me switch to wooden or the splinter arrows in a little bit, but right now I'm trying to get as many salt arrows into her as possible. So your goal is to keep bombarding her with shots, dodge as much as you can. When you start feeling like the poison is taking a ton of effect, that is when I throw my first beefy antidote on, because it'll give you a ton of health, and then it'll start giving you good poison resistance as well. So anytime she starts falling, or she lands on the ground like that, that's when you break out your melee weapon, whether it be a dagger or the Morning Star right here. Just start going to town on her. If you do need to take a moment to heal, I recommend you doing that as well. After you knock her the first time, she will summon two little wasps to come out. I got stuck here for a second, panicked, but I broke out the Morning Star. Ended up killing one of them. They are pretty squishy, especially with salted weapons, so take advantage of when they miss their attacks. Just kind of run in at them and beat them. As soon as you get rid of them, switch back to the bow and start going to town on the Wasp Queen again. Like I said, you really want to try to utilize the area as much as possible to move when she's attacking in this moment right now, because she's going to do these little gooey ball things. She does this after she summons those little things in, and after she falls for the first time. So I didn't really see this move happen again, though I think it can. But when she's shooting out the little gooey balls, they splatter, so watch out for the splatter, because you can be affected if you're just standing in the splatter. Otherwise, use this piece of equipment, or this piece of the wasp's nest right in front of you. Just use it as protection. And like you saw right there, those little daggers she shoots out, that they all kind of shoot out of their butt, will just hit that thing and they don't affect you at all. Though she can occasionally hit through it with her tail if she's like trying to sting you personally without like shooting something. That can occasionally hit you, but a lot of the time you are, with this build especially, you're inflicting enough damage and getting enough healing kicked back to you that it's not that big of a deal. You can actually tank a lot of the damage that she's doing if you're just paying attention and hitting or using your Wasp antidotes in a smart way. Now, the thing I didn't do a lot of was I kept firing my weapon too fast, and I was probably not getting as much damage out of that as I possibly could. So I started realizing I wasn't doing a ton of damage, and then I also realized that I needed to switch over to my wooden splinter arrows because I was running low on salt arrows. So make sure you bring a lot. I brought about 40. I would bring maybe 60 possible, because she takes a lot to get her down. And especially if she's not dropping to the ground as frequently as you want her to. Sometimes she dropped, in a couple of my playthroughs, she dropped to the ground a lot faster. And then some, she just took forever and she kept doing some annoying attacks. So I think sometimes you gotta, just play it out and just see how, what happens. Don't let her drop on you, because that will do a ton of damage as well. But like I said, every time she hits the ground, whip out that melee weapon and just start going to town. Try to get as much damage as possible. And the further on the fight goes, I think the less damage she takes. So that becomes annoying as well. But you can use this little thing right here in front of you, and it will block about 90% of all of her attacks. So I'm going to start just standing behind this thing, and as you can see, the splashes really aren't getting me. Every time she shoots something out of her butt, it's hitting this thing in front of me, not really hitting me. I am getting some of the splash that's happening, but the initial attack isn't happening. So that is your overall goal for the most part, is to stand behind this thing and just fight. Fight to the end. One thing you will need to watch out for, if she gets over you at any point where she's pushed in closer to you, you really want to try to run back out and draw her to the other side of the wasp nest so that you can get her back to this area, because if she's over you, she can hit you. So you want to make sure that you're giving yourself that buffer that I have right here, where she's staying over there and I'm going to stay right here. But if she comes over top of me at all, I want to run to the other side and draw her over to that direction, and then eventually I'll cycle back around to get back behind this thing and get back under my protection. But most of her attacks will just hit this little center thing. I don't know if this is something that's going to be taken out, Probably not. I would imagine that's why it's put here, because the fight itself is still rather difficult, because a lot of these things I kind of got lucky on too, where those didn't hit me kind of thing. Because right now I'm starting to run low on a lot of my heals, so I am in panic mode too, where I think, oh, you know, here's the moment where she's gonna drop. Let me try to switch, and then she doesn't end up dropping, which is super annoying. And so it's just like I'm in panic mode at this moment, because I really want to end this fight, because this is the closest that I've gotten. But it's like I feel like it's easier, and now I've done this a few times, but in this particular fight, this was the closest I've gotten, and I'm super excited for it to end. But there you guys have it. If you just use this middle thing, a lot of her attacks will just get hit by it. So good luck with it, guys. I hope you have the same luck I did, and I hope you have a good time out there. Anyway. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know there's going to be some other cheekier ways to take down the Wasp. I'm probably going to try a lot of the fun builds that we have in this game, just to see what works the best, what's some fun. Might even try no weapons, just to see if that's even possible, because we all know it is with other bosses. So I'm going to give that a shot just to see. She does have the advantage that she's in the air a lot, so that is an issue. But if we can get her to come in close, then maybe. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button below. Please subscribe to the channel. It's been a while since like 3 weeks, I think, since I've uploaded. I've had a lot of stuff going on in my household, my family, and life catches up sometimes, and you gotta take a break from other things to really make sure that other important things in your life are taken care of, and my family is obviously important. So I really am sorry. I want to get more content out from you guys. Right now I'm playing Valheim, and then with this new update, I'm going to be having so much fun with the new weapons, the new materials, and we're going to be testing out all that stuff. And I'm excited for the full release of this when it finally comes out at the public test server. Do keep in mind, guys, this is all left up to change. This is a public test server. All of this can change. This may be a lot harder when it comes out. It may be easier when it comes out. Who knows? But guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. As always, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.